So this is Ray Hanania, and with Ray Hanania on Politics, and I'm really honored to talk with Delinda Hanley, who is one of the longtime editor, one of the co-editors of the Washington Report on Middle East Affairs. Delinda, it's so nice to see you.
It's wonderful to be here.
When you say it's wonderful to be here, you're everywhere. Everywhere that there's an Arab event, the Washington Report on Middle East Affairs is like a foundation, in my opinion, especially as a journalist. And everything that happens is always in your magazine. Tell me, first of all, just give me a brief summary of how the magazine started and why you've dedicated your life to this, cause, and what are some of the things that you think you wish would see happen to get better. How did it start?
Well, I grew up in the Middle East as the daughter of a Foreign Service officer, U.S. Foreign Service officer. When my dad retired, he said, I've been educating Arabs about the U.S. We need to educate Americans about Arab world because they have it totally wrong. So they started the magazine, my dad and Richard H and Andy Killgore, 43 years ago, I think. And it started as a newsletter, and it grew. We've depended on correspondents all over the world, all over this country. People are writing the right things. They just don't get into the mainstream press, and social media is helping a lot now, but it's an issue. So people, young people are coming into our bookstore. We have a bookstore in Adams, Morgan, called Middle East Books and More. During this genocide, young people from every background are just pouring into the bookstore, wanting to talk, wanting to learn, wanting to buy books.
Do you see a heightened interest among Americans for what's happening?
Absolutely.
I mean, does it take that great of a tragedy to kind of fuel that type of interest? Isn't there another way to have done this?
People have been trying for years, and it's taken the blood of a lot of Palestinians to make people think, my God, and the U.S. is supporting this. It's so blatant. And not just Trump, Biden, it's just as bad. It's our tax dollars that are killing people. And our Congress people are voting to keep the bombs coming.
And my message has always been that the Arab American community, and it's not so much a criticism of the community, but kind of trying to prod them, they don't do enough to understand how our media can support their goals. Because they do a great job talking to their followers on social media and newsletters, but Joe Blow down the street, who isn't at this convention, is he going to hear what we do here today? And isn't that something that we still need to overcome?
We do, and we need to figure out how to reach Joe Blow, who wouldn't come to the convention, wouldn't stop scrolling past to watch this convention. I think we have to unite and all work together and say, you help us all the time, right? And we want to promote you too. We have to communicate with each other and help each other get that message out, because if we can't do it now during the genocide, we don't deserve to continue.
And I got to say that if it wasn't for the Washington Report on Middle East Affairs, I don't think half the news that we get about Palestine and the Arab community would even be recorded. You're a magazine of record. If I want to look at the history of my community, and I've been involved for 50 years, the only place I can go is the Washington Report on Middle East Affairs, maybe the last 35 years to the Arab American News, but we don't have enough. And 50 states, almost 5 million Arabs in this country. I don't know. I just don't think we do enough. They should be supporting you. You should be in every meeting, every store. Your magazine should be in the front of every American.
Thank you. I wish more people felt that way, but thank you.
But I mean, isn't that part of the, and again, I'm not trying to be negative, but isn't that part of the problem that still needs to be addressed?
Absolutely. And we just have to get the word out to change the film industry, to change our politicians. We just need to show that we are a really strong community. I'm not Palestinian, I'm not Arab American, but I grew up in the Middle East. There are so many people who just took one trip and they're like, they're on our side.
Right. It doesn't take much to get them to change,
Exactly.
but we got to make that effort, right?
Yeah, and continue that.
So how does somebody follow the Washington Report on Middle East Affairs magazine?
There's a QR code. Well,
There's nothing wrong with self-promotion. They taught me that as an Arab. Don't self-promote. And now I realize, no, you have to self-promote. People need to hear what it is that they need to do.
So you can go on our website, www.WRMEA.org, and that stands for our magazine. And
they can even get that QR code right there.
Exactly. And it's only $29 a year, and that includes a digital issue, $10 if you just want the digital. But there's something about sitting down with a magazine and
the story doesn't die when it's printed.
And the image doesn't die. It stays. And as you said, we have every story we've ever written available if you Google it on our website. Or if I can't find it on the website, I can just Google it and it ends up on our website too. Our archives are valuable because we do want a record of everything the Arab American community has done.
I live by one motto: the lives of the dead live in the memory of the living. And in a way, that's what the news media is, our Arab American media.
Yep.
We're the living that keeps the memory of the past alive in our community.
Yep. And so many writers, books in our bookstore, the community has had wonderful writers. And I think this generation is discovering.
All right, Delinda Hanley at the Washington Report on Middle East Affairs. I know you don't like to be in front of the camera. You like to be behind the typewriter.
Exactly.
You do a great job writing those stories. I love the magazine. And I also appreciate all the support you guys have always given me. I sold more books through your bookstore than any other store in the country. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all your life.
I appreciate it.